Reset healthy eating. I know most of us have a pretty good grasp of what healthy eating entails. This lesson is here purely as a reminder for you so that you can be sure you have a balanced diet that's both nourishing and satisfying and provides your body with everything it needs. It's very much a personal preference when it comes to these 4 food groups, and there's no judgment obviously, but I would recommend that you choose the best quality, least processed source that you can. Caffeine, for example, can interfere with your blood sugar, with your sleep, your mood. It can make us irritable, it can cause headaches. But with many people, myself included, we really enjoy a good cup of coffee. So what I do to work around it is I drink my coffee in the morning, and then once it comes to lunchtime, I move on to maybe water or herbal teas or something else, and I don't take caffeine after lunchtime. Alcohol is addictive. It affects the mood, coordination, and general mental, physical functioning. I mean, 1 or 2 glasses can be pleasant. It's in addition to a meal or a social event. But I would say just be aware of the health implications and how it can affect our day-to-day lifestyle and functioning. Dairy, again, dairy's a personal preference too. Some people prefer non-dairy. Dairy can be mucus producing. That's one thing to watch out for. It will contribute to mucus problems that are already there. So you might have to clear your throat more often, and it can worsen constipation or a sluggish colon because it just makes things so much more sticky. Substitutes for dairy would be almond, hazelnut. You can make oat or rice, and like you can make these yourselves, or you can buy them in a supermarket. Some will come with sweeteners or without sweeteners. Again, it's a preference. Wheat can be a big problem as well for gut sensitivity. People who are diagnosed as celiac obviously have to avoid it. But if you're sensitive, if you have IBS, you're prone to bloating, or you're sensitive to different foods, you might find that to reduce your wheat intake might help reduce your symptoms. So just be aware of wheat being an issue or a possible issue. And there's lots of alternatives out there as well. There's spelt, almond, corn flour, there's chickpea flour, there's lots there. Now sugar is highly addictive. I would consider, if you need to, add it to your foods, and then natural alternatives such as maple syrup, you got date syrup, honeys, that sort of thing. Okay, you can see there with breakfast, there's lots to choose from, and I just put this list in as a reminder for the variety that's available to us in the morning. Because what can happen is that we get used to having a certain breakfast each morning, and then we do it daily without even thinking, like we're kind of on autopilot and just making and eating the same breakfast. And I don't know, you know, some people aren't even aware of whether they like it or not. So just for the variety there's porridge, which is warm granola, cold oats, eggs, lots of different ways to have eggs, yogurt on its own or with additions of fruit, nuts, seeds. Fruit can be dried, it can be fresh, it can be in a smoothie, or something simple like pancakes. Pancakes can be sweet or they can be savory. So there's lots there really, and there's lots that can be prepared quite quickly. And what I would encourage you to do when you're focusing on your lifestyle is to consider what you actually enjoy eating in the morning. Or indeed, you know, whether you like eating first thing or not. Some people like to have a little bit of a gap and then eat after an hour or so. So again, it's down to you and your body and what makes you feel good. What you want to avoid is eating the same thing day in, day out and getting stuck in a rut, because that's not good for your body either. Your body likes variety. So for lunch and dinner, what I've done is outline the different food groups. Again, most of you already know this, but this is a worthwhile reminder. What I do personally is to consciously mix the food groups in a way that will work best for my body. So for example, if I was having a full fat protein, like say beef, what I would do is then have that with a low carb. So I would have it with vegetable and salad. If I was having a simple protein like poultry or eggs, fish, I would have that then with a more robust carb like your rice or potato pastas. For example, say for lunch, if I was having say fish, say I was having salmon, I might have that with spinach and sweet potato. So you just mix and match the different food groups, and it's just so that you don't end up having a full fat protein with full on carbs and lots of fats on top, because it's hard for your body to digest, but also the calorific content would be so much greater than you actually need. And I do mention good fats here. It's important that you take your fats because it's important for your body's functioning. It's healthy to have some fats in your diet. It's the processed saturated fats that we want to get rid of. But things like avocado, normal butter, hummus is, you know, really good, pesto, coconut, olive oil. There's some really good fats out there. I eat butter. I don't eat any spreadables. I don't eat any low fat products at all. But I do try and manage them. As I say, I offset, say, a simple protein with a fuller carb, a full fat protein with a low carb. I will have vegetables and salads mixed in with the meals. And I have maybe a drizzle of an oil or a little bit of hummus on the side. And it's quite nice. But again, that's my preference, and it's just an example for you. And obviously then, you know, it depends if you're a meat eater or vegetarian or vegan, just make the adjustments. The principle is still the same. You know, what you need is good quality, balanced diet that gives your body what it needs. With snacks, there are just so many options for healthy snacks, and I feel what's more tricky about healthy snacks is that we need to be organized, okay? That we need to have something prepared. Otherwise, it's so easy to grab a chocolate bar or some biscuits, and before we know it, like, it's just such an empty meal. So with snacks, have a few different things available to yourself, whether you're on the go, at work, at home. Just pay attention, because if you're having a food lifestyle, it has to, these snacks will also have to fit into how you're going to run your day. What to drink? Well, the most obvious ones: water, caffeine, herbal teas and fruit teas. As long as you get your recommended 2 litres of water a day, you're good. Sparkling or still, it's entirely up to you. You can add something to it, add some lime, some lemon. With caffeine, I would say absolutely just watch your levels of caffeine, because it does affect your blood sugar levels. It will affect your mood and your sleep patterns as well. Green tea has caffeine in it if you wanted to have that. Herbal teas and fruit teas, there's lots available in the supermarkets, or you can make fresh yourself. Or what I tend to do, especially with fruit teas, what I tend to do is just use cooled boiled water, and I'll put a few drops of an essential oil like say lemon or peppermint. I use Zengest a lot, and it's a digestive blend. It's made by doTERRA. The essential oils I use are by doTERRA, and they're all suitable and safe for internal use. So cool boiled water, and I use the Zengest digestive blend because I do find it beneficial. It's very easing. What's important is that you tailor your meals to suit what you want to eat, and always think what will nourish your body. So when it comes to setting your food lifestyle, first you need to look at the food groups that you need to keep yourself healthy, depending if you're on any specific diet or you have to abstain from certain things. You want to make sure that you're taking the volume of water that you need to keep yourself hydrated. Then within that, you choose the healthy foods that you like to eat and that your body finds easy to digest and absorb nourishment from. So with what you have left, that is the key to reset your food lifestyle, because you take that information and you structure it in a way that suits you and serves the lifestyle that you have. That's it. See you in the next lesson. Reset meal planning and shopping.